Hiya, Pony fan. Well, Season 5 is here, and so is my review of the season opener, The Cutie Map, Part 1 and 2. The episode begins in Twilight's new castle.
Now only $39.95 wherever fine Hasbro products are sold.
And it's got a whole new accessory, a mysterious map with directions to a town in the middle of nowhere. When the girls arrive, they find a whole town of ponies with the same cutie mark, and they live under the equalizing hoof of Diana Moon Glamper, I mean Starlight Glimmer. But not every pony is as happy as Starlight would have you believe. A small group of rebels tell Twilight and friends about a cave where Starlight keeps the cutie marks of all the town ponies. But when the main six check out the cave,
it's a trap!
Thanks, Admiral Obvious.
And our heroes are equalized. Then in Part 2, they're sent to re-education camp. But it's okay because Princess Egghead has a plan to escape, and it involves their escape specialist, Fluttershy. Starlight buys that Fluttershy has seen the gray middling light of equality for all, and the yellow Pegasus goes and stays with her. Well, the town builds her a cottage. But late that night, Fluttershy sees that Starlight has moved the stolen cutie marks of the main six, and is hiding the fact that she still has her special talent. So the next day, the Shy One throws a bucket of cold water on Starlight's scheme, and the peasants start revolting.
Actually, Private, they were always revolting.
And the newly freed townfolk manage to get the main six back their cutie marks before Starlight can escape. Okay, this episode was pretty good. First off, they set up the new adventuring system of the map, giving the gang instructions on where they need to go to find new friendship problems. I like that idea because it means the main six are more active, and it gives us an excuse to see exciting new places, rather than just waiting for some would-be tyrant or monstrous creature to set its eyes on Ponyville. Now let's talk about Starlight Glimmer. She's alright. Most of the time she's nice and welcoming and stuff, and even though she's transparently bad news, she's not that engaging of a villain. Starlight doesn't capture your attention with sheer menace. She's not fun to watch being evil, and it's not a surprise when she turns out to be wicked so you don't feel sucker punched by betrayal. She's basically an overly cheery camp counselor who will make your life a living hell if you piss her off. But she does have a fun villain song about the joys of conformity, with some brilliant lyrics. My favorite is, "You can't have a nightmare if you never dream." And there's a great moment when the townies heap the scorn on Rainbow Dash. But anyway, Starlight does get better near the end when she becomes a delightfully cutthroat version of Twilight, and is always interrupting the Princess of Friendship's long soliloquies about the magic of friendship and how it
Finally, someone's as sick of that as I am.
The art in this episode has some nice details, like how every pony in town has a very similar and very boring haircut. Starlight's magic has a very cool aqua blue flowy look to it. She also has a magical staff,
But it's really just a piece of wood.
that bears a strong resemblance to the Spear of Longinus from Evangelion, which is neat. The Cutie Mark Vault is a sight to see, and how it's destroyed is a nice visual reference to a famous Apple commercial from 1984. And once the townies get their cutie marks back, it's cool to see how visually different they get. Now let's talk comedy. There are plenty of good laughs to be had in this episode, like how the main six act after they get equalized. There are some nice visual gags involving some fairly elaborate balloon creations. One of the local boys has an epic freakout a la Game Over Man, and Starlight has a fairly funny indoctrination monologue running in her re-education camp. But the comedy MVP is Pinkie Pie, of course. She hits every comedy beat just right, and no matter what she's doing, it's always hilarious. Finally, there's some possible world building going on, as Starlight mentions a set of magical doodads created by a unicorn named Meadowbrook. And Twilight said he's from the East, whatever that means. Hopefully we'll find out more as the season carries on. Okay, now it's time to break down the good and the bad in My Little Pony, The Cutie Map, Part 1 and 2. On the good side, the map itself is a nice plot device. The episode has a strong sense of humor. There are neat artistic touches here and there. The song is pretty good, and once she finally goes off, Starlight has some nice moments. But on the other hand, Starlight just doesn't have a strong screen presence, which is too bad, as odds are we'll be seeing her again. And I would have liked more details on Meadowbrook, as it seems like he might be a big deal. But that's not anything major, so I give the Cutie Map, Parts 1 and 2, a 4 out of 5. If you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913, or find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.